Vijaya says yes. Now for the ones who are saying yes, okay, I got one response from Priyanka, but I would want at least a couple of more responses before I begin. When you Google yourself, what are the first 5 links that you find? Can someone tell me? If you have really done it seriously, Googling yourself, what are the first 5 links that you come across? Anyone with a raise of hand, tell me what you get. And the good part is, this is something you can even do right now as we speak. Just go to Google, open Google search engine, type in your name, your full name that is, and tell me what are the first 5 links you get. Okay, so I'm getting a few responses on chat, which tells me LinkedIn profile. Yes, a lot of the LinkedIn profiles come up. 2 of your projects, okay, nice, which were published on Facebook. Okay, very good. Okay, projects and Facebook link. Okay, I got it now. So there are 2 things now which I believe we have to emphasize a little on. The reason I'm saying you can Google yourself at times is because when you actually go ahead and do this exercise, you come to know what are the links people also see if they decide to Google you tomorrow. None of us think about this. The reason why this is important is because let's assume some of you are looking for jobs or will be job hunting very soon in the future. Recruiters these days will also make sure that they go to Google, just type in your full name and see what links come up. This is their way of finding out just a little more about your personality. It could also include your Instagram profiles, your Facebook profiles, LinkedIn profiles, which is all fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong with them doing that. Also, by just by Googling yourself time and again, you can find out if some of the things that you have done on the internet, maybe optimized your LinkedIn profile, or let's say you have done some good postings on Instagram or Facebook, do they come up when you do the Google search? And I'll try to elaborate this a little more in today's section. The reason why I'm saying this is because there are 2 things I want you to study and do. First of all, let's spend some time in optimizing your LinkedIn profiles. If most of you are going to find jobs, right, there's only one platform through which this can happen quicker, and that platform is LinkedIn. I know we all use different platforms to to get jobs or to apply for jobs, but I think a lot of the searching which is happening, whether it is from the recruiter's side or whether it is from the candidate side, is happening on LinkedIn as of now. How many of you, and this is my follow-up query based on what we have discussed so far, how many of you are very active on LinkedIn? By raise of hand, just tell me. When I say active, I mean you're really active. You post something on LinkedIn, you have optimized your profiles, you have made changes to the profile. Who has done that? Anyone? Isha. Okay, fine, great. Anyone else who has done that? Okay, I have another name. Sucharita. Okay, fine, great. Anyone else who has optimized their LinkedIn profile, who is very active on LinkedIn almost every day? I don't see many hands going up, barring just a couple. Now, may I ask why this is? To people who have not raised their hands right now, I just want to ask what is the reason for not being active on LinkedIn? Any specific reason that you can think of? Just unmute and speak. I'd like to know a few responses on this. Why do you think it is not important for you to be active on a platform like this? Any reason at all? No one has a reason for not being active, is it? No one has a reason. You're just not active for no reason. That's what I'm
Hi,
going to
Omkar.
assume. Yes, Priyanka.
Yeah, actually, I feel conscious to post something on LinkedIn as I have a connections and which, like those people, I don't know them. And I feel like whether whatever I'll post, they like it or, like, I don't know. I have this consciousness to post something on LinkedIn.
How, you know what, Priyanka, if you, if this becomes a habit of, thinking each time what will you post and what that post will do for other
Hmm.
people, then you will not be able to use any of the platforms effectively, right? It
Yes.
doesn't matter. Let's first get into that perspective that it really doesn't matter. Some people will like what you post, some people won't like what you post. It is as simple as that. You said you're active on Instagram and some other platforms. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
What do you post on Instagram, if I may ask?
Like whatever some events when where I'm going or I'm enjoying, like suppose a dinner with family or like my
Okay.
daughter's photos and all those
Mhm.
things I upload. And there
Okay.
I don't feel any, like to upload all those things, I don't feel anything because there I know most of the people. They are like my family members or my friends. Other than that, I don't have any connections on Facebook as well as Instagram. I don't have any random followers, so that's
Okay.
why I don't feel that much. But in LinkedIn, to post something, there are so many people whom I don't know.
Right.
And that is the thing I feel like though I don't know how they'll feel like whatever I'm posting, whether they like it or not. And this is the thing. Like I most of the time I think of posting something, but then like I don't get the confidence to post on
Okay.
LinkedIn.
Okay. So let me begin by telling you this, that it really doesn't matter whether you post something on LinkedIn for people to see and like or not like. Okay, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. What you're posting is based on what you know, right? It doesn't matter what someone else's judgment is on the post. So I think the inhibitions have to go. This is my first pointer to all of you right now. What you're missing out, okay? Very, very, very frankly, I'll tell you, getting a job or getting visibility on a platform like LinkedIn is absolutely critical in these times. If you are not doing it, you're missing out on something known as personal branding. There is a term called personal branding. It's not just about businesses branding themselves. A lot of people spend a lot of time branding themselves on LinkedIn. What is the reason for that? LinkedIn gives you good, genuine connections. First, it can give you very good visibility in front of people, whether it is recruiters or otherwise. You have to understand these are very important factors for you. Third, if you do a bit of personal branding, because of the connections that you get, every connection becomes a potential lead for you. Whether you're trying for a job, whether let's say tomorrow you get into entrepreneurship, I don't know. You could have a lot of options in the future. But are we taking it seriously? I don't think we are. Just two hands went up when I asked whether people use LinkedIn very effectively and regularly. None of the others are doing it. So, my first pointer, because we are starting this session today, and it involves a lot of the LinkedIn stuff that I'm going to talk about, understand that this platform has to be your first choice for the most active profiles that you can make for yourselves, making genuine connections which lead to either you getting jobs out of it, which is fine, which can definitely happen, which has happened for a lot of people, or if not anything else, you will make a very good brand for yourself if you are very active on LinkedIn. And because there are only two people who said that they were active, none of the others are active. So I presume that your profiles are also not optimized for LinkedIn. Who has optimized their profiles for LinkedIn? Who has worked on their profiles? Raise of hand, tell me, or put it in the chat, yes or no. When I say optimize your profiles, I mean you have changed the heading, you have changed the about section, you have changed your photo, you have got recommendations from people. Have you done this? Priyanka is saying yes. Okay, I've got another yes. Sucharita, great. Anyone else who has done that in recent times? I'm asking, not really long ago. I am saying in recent times. Has anyone done this? No, I don't see many hands going up for that. Now that's where we have a problem. Okay. But before I get to LinkedIn and I tell you how to optimize your profiles for LinkedIn, which is a main topic for discussion, I think let me also tell you a few other aspects which should make the process of being online easier. Let me tell you something upfront. You can pick the platform you want. When I say being social or being online, everyone would have their own choices. Some people will say I'm very happy being on Instagram. Some people say I'll be very happy being on Facebook. Some people will say LinkedIn. It is fine. You can pick your platform. But you have to know which is the most important one right now. Why are we all using Instagram right now? Priyanka is very active on Instagram, which is fine. Why do we use Instagram? We consume a lot of content, no, on Instagram. Everyone watches reels. Yes or no? I'm sure everyone does, right? Everyone watches reels. Why do you watch reels? Can someone tell me why? Forget about LinkedIn for a moment. Let's focus on Instagram just for 2 minutes. Why do we watch reels? Someone can unmute and give me a good answer on this. I don't want everything to be on chat. Can you? Okay, information, info, and entertainment. Fine. Anyone else care to give me an answer for it? Do you get anything apart from entertainment on Instagram? Yes. So Isha, can you tell me what do you get apart from entertainment? What do you get on Instagram? Okay, news. Okay, fine. News, something related to current affairs. Okay, fine as well. Okay, fine. News and entertainment. Let's say news and entertainment, two things. Anything apart from that? Does watching reels, again, let me just put this question and I'll need your answers for it. Travel recommendations, yes, I do agree. Anything which actually gives you either a personal benefit for yourself, does any of the Instagram reel or any of the reels that you have watched so far give you a personal benefit of any kind? Do you get? Yes, Isha says yes. Can you tell me, Isha, what personal benefits are you getting? Book suggestions, fine. Anything else apart from that? Hobbies and interest, Netra says, just so that she can follow hobbies and interests, which is fine, which is okay.
I get information like some pediatrician, like I follow them, so I get
Right.
information from them about my daughter, like what to do and what not to do for her and all those things.
Okay. Okay. Who's searching for a job right now in this group? Is anyone looking out for a job? Isha. Anyone else apart from Isha who's looking for a job? No one's looking for a job. Fine. Okay, Priyanka as well. Kirti as well. Fine. Okay, you're looking for a switch. Harsha. So most of you are looking for jobs, right? Correct? Which is good, which is fine. Now, let me ask you a follow-up question on that because you're looking for jobs, most of you. Does Instagram help you in job hunting as well? Has anyone experienced it? No. Harsha says no. Isha says no. Now, there are two things which we have to focus on. Let me differentiate two things for you before I get into some other discussion about LinkedIn. The first thing is there are two aspects to being on social media. Okay. One, you are actually the content creators. That's one aspect of social media. And one, let's say, one category of people, content creators. The other is content consumers. So who are we right now? We are content consumers. We are not creators. And why we are not creators? Because we get nothing out of creating content for Instagram. Am I right about it? There is no benefit of creating content that we get if we create content for Instagram. As simple as that. No one gets anything out of it. But you're doing it because it is fun, right? You do it because you feel, oh, everyone's making reels, so I'll also make reels, which is also fine. But there is no benefit of making a reel if it doesn't get you what you want. So understand the difference between consumers and creators. Now coming to the professional side of it. Why do we need platforms like LinkedIn to help us find jobs? And LinkedIn is the only platform right now which is going to help you find jobs. Why? Because everyone is on LinkedIn. You have recruiters on LinkedIn, you have founders, entrepreneurs, everyone on LinkedIn. The biggest of people that I know from different industries and sector, all are right now very actively on LinkedIn as content creators, not just as consumers. Even on LinkedIn, we are consumers right now. We are not creators. What I want to change today is I want to change some of you, or if I can, most of you, into creators, not consumers of content. But it begins with two aspects. One is optimization of your profiles. Second, becoming social to be on social media. And I'll tell you what being social means in a short while. I'll share just a few slides before we actually get into LinkedIn as a platform. But what do you get by being social? Again, before I get into that aspect, one small query for all of you, and let me see what answers I get for it. How many of you are on social media, actively using social media, and share a lot of things on it? Photographs, videos, reels on Instagram. Who's very active? Who's very social here? When I say social, I mean very active on social media. I'm not talking about LinkedIn. Let's consider all platforms. You either blog, you are on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on some other platform. I don't mind. But are you social by nature? And are you doing a lot of things which make you a social person? Raise of hand, tell me who's social here. Anyone? Who's social? Don't tell me people are not social here also. Is only Priyanka doing that? Because she said she's sharing a lot of reels and pictures. What about the others? None of you are doing that. None of you are you're posting things on Instagram or okay. Isha says not much active on social platforms. Okay, fine. What about the others? Isha says she is not active. Are all the others active? Priyanka is, I know, because she told me some time back that she is active. Kirti says not active. Okay. Anyone else? Not active? Harsha again? I got three responses which says you are not active. Sometimes you post, okay, Subha Lakshmi, okay. That also, I'll just consider you as non-active for now. What is the reason for being not active? Is my follow-up question, if anyone can answer me. If we are not social or we are not active, usually there is a reason for it. Can someone tell me what is the reason for not being active? Out of the four people who have responded, anyone can tell me. Isha, Kirti, Harsha, Subha Lakshmi. Okay, correct. So I agree with you, Netra. You don't post anything much. Okay, safety concerns. Now, Isha, let me tell you something. Okay, the safety part of it, right? What you're talking about. Every social media platform has given you an option of putting your profile as private if you feel You do not want to share it publicly with everyone. That option is always there, by the way, just before I get into more details. Okay, so not much time after the first job, in college days, you used to be active, Subha Lakshmi, I understand. Um, Again, if Isha, if your profile is private, then you don't have to worry much about the safety part. But let me tell you something upfront. In the online world, right? None of the aspects of safety are completely covered. It is impossible to do that. No platform can guarantee you that. You all use WhatsApp, no? Does everyone use WhatsApp here? I'm sure we all do. Everyone uses WhatsApp. You think WhatsApp is 100% safe? They show you encrypted chat and everything. You think it is 100% safe? None of it is. Remember, I work in the internet field. I know what it is. You leave so many traces of yourself on the internet that one way or the other, this can be used against you, no matter what platform it is. So let's understand one thing. It is never absolutely safe to be online or be social. But that also doesn't mean, by the way, that you do not have to be social. How will you build your brand personally? How will I know you if you're not social? You know what recruiters are looking for these days? Because we are also talking of job search here. And I think you all have to know this, and this will be critical for you going forward. Recruiters are not just looking for people who are technically sound. That is something we all have. You all will be very, very sound in your own sectors and fields. I understand that. But recruiters are looking for people with whom they can actually, convince their managers and people who are the decision makers that including this person within the company has a long-term benefit attached. Okay, everyone is looking for someone special. Whether HR checks social profiles also, they do. Isha, you will be surprised. They do. Recruiters are checking everything online. And you know what is the first thing they check right now? LinkedIn profiles. And if your profiles are not up to date or optimized, as I have been repeating since the time I started, this is not going to work for you. Your job search depends a lot on platforms like LinkedIn right now. And I will tell you few ways in which you can optimize your profile. So please keep paying attention to this aspect today. Before we do that, I'll tell you some, just within 3 or 4 slides, certain things you all should know. If now you are making up your mind about changing a few things, let's say becoming more social or using a platform like LinkedIn, for example, let's do that, but let's understand a few things before we start doing it. Okay. Swati, can you just allow me to share screens?
Give co-host access, Swati.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I think I have access now. Right. So I hope this is visible to you right now. And once it is, I'll just begin. Before we get into using LinkedIn more effectively, let's understand what it means to be online, right? Everyone is making an impression. Now, if you include yourself in that whole list of people who are trying to make an impression, you also have to be slightly different. But you also have to be professional as you are different. So the idea of this is, I'm sorry, the idea of this is to know what is applicable for people when they try to become social and use social media platforms for different purposes. For you right now, it could be because you're trying to get jobs through it, or maybe you're trying to network a little more. So let's understand how to create a good impression first. The first point is, we all might have a lot of personal views about things. We all do, I'm very sure. And it could be about anything. It could be, your political views or religious views or whatever. but it's best to never display such things very openly on your social media. It's critical that you know what goes online and what doesn't go online, because we are all living traces. I just told you it's very easy for anyone to find out what kind of posts you have done, what has happened. Anyone can go through the history. Google has a trace of everything. So be very mindful of what you share. It's important that if you feel that there are certain things you cannot share to everyone and your profile cannot be public, as they say, you can keep your profile private. It is absolutely fine if you do that. Or better still, have a different professional profile, have a different personal profile. Even that could be done. I have seen a lot of people doing that very well. They share a lot of personal views through their personal profiles, which is not attached to anything. It's their personal profile. Again, it might be closed or open. It is their choice. But if you can have two profiles, that's fine. If you want to have one profile and you share a lot of things which maybe can be slightly off for people reading them, it's best to keep it private. And then it's better to share it with a close set of people, which I'm sure most of you do on platforms like Instagram, for example, where there is an option to keep your profile private. Understand that whatever you do, right? Initially, I just told you you can Google yourself. The reason I said that was how you can Google yourself, anyone can, right? So what comes up in the results is visible to all. So understand that you have to be very, very mindful. Only share things which are supposed to be online, are good to be online, and if anyone searches tomorrow, they don't find things which would go against you. Be very mindful of that. That's point number one. Now let's try to put this all in perspective when you're doing job search. You always have to understand one aspect of searching for jobs on LinkedIn or other social platforms. You have to define the best roles and industries that you're targeting. Let's understand these two things. Usually I recommend people to look for at least five best roles they can target. Five. In some people's cases it could be four, in some cases it could be three, doesn't matter. But you have to narrow down your search. Don't look for everything. Everything doesn't fit your spectrum. You can only fit about 4 to 5 roles that you can target and industries that you can target. Some people can work in technology, right? But they can also work in automobile if there is a requirement for a specific role. Some people can work in FMCG. Some can work in retail. But understand that every sector has a specific requirement. Do you fit into those requirements? You have to do an analysis of that very quickly before you even begin the job search. Second point, a lot of times when you start a job search, there is always a gap between skills that people are looking for and skills that you have with you. If you think there is a gap, right? First of all, before even applying, just check the job description clearly. See if your skills are matching about 70%. As I even said in the last session, if you match on the higher side of it, you can apply. But if there is a clear gap between what skills people are looking for and what you have, then you have to spend some time reskilling yourself. Never discount the fact that we all need reskilling from time to time. If you think something is not fitting, make sure that you reskill and then start applying. So these three things is going to drive your job search. So never discount them before you begin, searching for jobs, applying for jobs in any of the platforms, whether it is LinkedIn or otherwise. Third most important aspect, which of course, let's assume once you optimize your LinkedIn profiles, you go through certain lists of companies you want to target. Usually what do? We go to these sites like LinkedIn, we'll search for jobs. Some people are also advising, the job search brigade right now, that go and connect with the HRs. Now again, that's a wrong policy to have. If you go on LinkedIn, you have a list of companies, go to those companies, see or look for people who can help you in your job search. And it is not just about connecting with them, it's about connecting with them, first connecting online, then also connecting offline. So this also means that being social means you have to go out, you have to meet people. It is not just about being online, it's not about being on one platform. Understand that everything, all platforms have certain things which can be done online, certain things can be done offline. But this aspect of it has to be taken very, very seriously by all of you. So make sure that your job search is driven by these three factors before you begin. Now we talked about being social versus being antisocial. Now let's assume that some of you or most of you aren't online, aren't social, and you are trying to do this from now on. Okay, let's assume once this session is over, you all will become social or try to be more social. If you're trying to do this, please make sure that you keep a track of these things I've put across. Don't, it's not recommended that everyone uses every social media platform which is available. Pick and choose what's best for you right now. If you think Instagram is good to make sure that you build some sort of a brand on Instagram, fair enough, do it. For job search, I highly recommend being on platform like LinkedIn and being active. It's not about, just being there because you have a name and you have a profile. Networking means you have to be social, you have to connect with people, you have to meet them, you have to spend time talking to them. Imagine this today, for whatever reason, with issues that we are having, some of us can't even be on video. How will we be social if we cannot even do this? Think about it. It doesn't work anymore. The time is gone of, where we used to just apply for jobs and we would land a job whenever we wanted. Times have changed completely. The idea of social media is the more you're visible, the more you're credible. Okay. So more visibility leads to more credibility. That's a principle you all have to understand. And be generous about sharing information with people. Be very generous about, giving praise to people, saying thanks, communicating with everyone. The idea of social media itself is to talk and engage. Otherwise, why would we have social media at all, right? Do we all agree that we are on LinkedIn for a reason? We are on Instagram for a reason. We all said we are, entertainment is there on Instagram. The entertainment, the person who is providing the entertainment, what is the person getting in return? Gets a lot of likes, gets a lot of comments. Now you have a lot of other things. You have stickers, you have some, emojis, you have GIFs, God knows what. Why is all this coming through? Why is all this happening? The reason this is happening is because with everything that happens on social media, there is a comment that people have, there is a reaction that people give. That's the whole idea of being social. If you cannot be social by even giving a reaction, how will people interact with you and why? Ask yourself that question. Can I ask you something before, even we proceed further and get into LinkedIn? Today, I am seeing Swati. I've seen Swati most of the times during the sessions. If Avneet is there, yes, I see Avneet also, and a few others. Rest of you I have not seen a lot of times. Now, my question is, if you ask me to meet you someday and say, you know what, I need some advice, I need, some mentoring tips from you. You think I will meet you guys? What will make me give my time to you? Just tell me. Think about it. None of this has to be taken offensively. I am telling you the reality. The reality is, if I see you, I am interested in meeting you. If you see me, you will be interested to meet me. If I also switch off my video and do all the trainings, will you be interested? No, no one will be interested. The idea is all of us are only credible when we are visible. As simple as that. Nothing else is working these days. So if any of you feel that by being antisocial things are going to work for you, forget it right now. It is not going to work. This doesn't work right now. You have to be social. You have to be on social media platforms. You have to post. Doesn't matter what people feel about you, good or bad, doesn't matter. If we think all these things, we'll never progress in our careers. If you have good goals, you have to reach out for those goals. And that's precisely what I'm trying to do. That's the idea of, communication and social media platforms coming together. So please give this a hard thought before we, move on to something else. Make sure that you take a good screenshot of this slide if you can. The idea of keywords. Whenever you optimize your LinkedIn profiles, right? For example, you have maybe a very non-active LinkedIn profile right now, but you need to optimize it. How are we going to do it? What's the most important aspect of optimization? The most important aspect of profile optimization is inclusion of keywords. You might have 5 to 6 top skills on which you are trying to look for a job. How many times do I see those skills within your LinkedIn profile? It's very hard to get a count of that because most of you maybe would not have checked it at all to see how many keywords do we have. The idea is more relevant you become with keywords, the more relevant your profile is. The more relevant your profile is, the more it is visible. Where is it visible? In the search box. When people search on LinkedIn, the same way they search on Google, they will find your profile somewhere. And that's the reason you have to have this. Prominence of the keyword cannot be forgotten. So if you have 5 to 6 skills, you have to put them in the most important places on your LinkedIn profile. So first thing is strategies for keywords. How you are going to get keywords? I'll tell you a very simple way of doing it. Take your entire resume, open it in a Word file, copy and paste it onto ChatGPT, and ask ChatGPT to provide a complete list of keywords pertaining to the resume which you can add on your LinkedIn profile. Just that's it. Just give this prompt and get all the keywords that you want. Not just keywords, you can get the entire profile also. But you have to use ChatGPT and your resume effectively to make this work in a combination. Why? Because you need keywords. You might not be aware, but this is what people are looking for. When someone searches, they are searching for specific people with specific skills. If this is not included, it is not going to work. So if this is something you have not done so far, this has to be your first step. Optimization of your LinkedIn profile. Step number 1. And then everything else. Okay? Understood so far? I'll just stop sharing my screen for a bit. Yes. Now, I just want someone's LinkedIn profile to be visible on my page. Swati, can you do that today? Is it possible for you?
Okay, I'll try. Okay.
Don't worry, just a short activity we have to do. So we'll just try. Okay. Because I presume the rest of them, since they are not being able to be on video, so I suppose I don't know if they are able to share screen. So I'll push you to do it.
Okay. Generally, I used to open my LinkedIn profile in my phone. So like
Okay.
I'm just using my laptop today. Okay.
No problem. No problem. It's absolutely fine. We'll just take a few pointers about your LinkedIn profile. I want everyone to understand how this can be done. Okay. You can open two windows. One, you can open your LinkedIn. The other, you can open ChatGPT as well. We'll quickly do an activity which I think some of these people can follow. So, guys, I want you to pay close attention to what we do here and subsequently make changes to your own profiles. Two things you will need. Of course, one window, open your LinkedIn. Second window, open Chat GPT, and then do as we are doing. And let's see how this changes your profile.
Yeah, Omkar, shall I
Yes.
share my screen?
Yeah, please, please. Go ahead. Please share your screen. Yes. Fantastic. Okay. So, yeah. Guys, is everyone able to see Swati's LinkedIn profile right now? Put a yes in the chat window if you can. Okay, great. Isha says yes. I presume the rest of you can also see it right now. So, yes, Priyanka. Okay, thank you. Swati, you can just click on your name just there. So when you do this, guys, you basically land up here, right? You get the entire view of your profile. You can just maybe close the messaging, this one, Swati, on the right hand side. Just push it down. Oh, you are on mute, Swati.
Yeah. Is that okay, Omkar?
Fine, no problem. Let's try to optimize this right now. Now, all of you, you will see a pencil icon on the right hand side, as you can see on Swati's profile as well. First thing is, we'll click on that. Okay, let's begin by just optimizing the first part of it, which is the heading and stuff. This, by the way, before Swati can do that, see these two things which we all need to know. The name is, of course, name everyone would have on their profile. It's by default. After that, what you see is basically the headline of your profile. This is where I need maximum keywords to be in. Okay, that's point number one for all of you. So take a look at what Swati has given. Human resource recruiter, soft skills trainer, content writer, training coordinator, project coordinator. Okay, fine. So now for me, these are all keywords. All of these make up the headline. Now, can this be optimized? Yes, it can be optimized. That's what we are going to do today. But before I go there, again, Swati, you can do the same thing as I was saying to someone else yesterday. Get a good profile picture. And all of you who are, optimizing your profiles or will do it a little later, please get a good professional picture. No selfies, nothing which is out of the blue. Use a good picture, use a good professional image if you can. If you don't have one, get it clicked. It doesn't matter, we all have good phone cameras these days. So understand that there are two aspects which people will look at first. One is your photo, second is your heading. Now, Swati, before we start optimizing the profile, of course we have to begin with the heading first. What are the 5 or 6 topmost skills that you have right now, and that probably you're targeting in your next job? Can you tell me that before we start optimizing this?
So, Omkar, the 5 skills are human resource recruiter, soft
Okay.
skill trainer, and content writer, and I can say training coordinator.
Okay. Project coordinator, you don't want to keep.
Actually, earlier I started my job as a training coordinator, and right now
Okay.
I work as a project coordinator.
Okay. So now if you, let's assume that you are looking for a job somewhere else in the future. Okay. Let's assume, just for example's sake, if you are doing that, are all these skills going to be there as it is, or would you want to change something? Have you upskilled in recent times? You want to add something to this?
Recently, I just like completed my MBA in HR.
Okay,
So
fine.
all other skills, I think they all I already have.
Okay, fine. So let's do one thing. You can just copy this entire skill set that you have for now. Now, for all the others who are watching this, okay, if you have not done this in the way that Swati has done, because Swati has included all keywords, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT is not going to give a very different version of what we have here. But we will still try if we can optimize it slightly for the betterment of the LinkedIn profile. We'll make an attempt for it. But for the rest of you, if you have not done this, I'll just tell you a way in which you can achieve this. You can just go to ChatGPT, Swati, and just we'll try a prompt there.
Wait, Omkar.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So I can see your screen now. Fine.
Yes.
Since you have put it here now, right? All
Mhm.
the, just make sure that you remove the slashes and put commas there. So when you go on ChatGPT, guys, and you are supposed to put a prompt, let me give you a good pointer for all of you to remember. ChatGPT or whatever prompts you give, you always have to treat it as another human being first. Okay. So keep it very simple. Don't overcomplicate things on any of the AI tools that you have, whether it is ChatGPT or even Google's tool that you have, which is also doing the same thing. Don't overcomplicate things. Swati, first, what you can do is before the human resource thing that you have written, first put in your full name. Just say, I am Swati XYZ. Put in your full name first.
Yes, Omkar.
Okay.
Hmm.
Just put a comma there.
Okay.
After your full name, just put a comma.
Okay.
Okay. Now write my key skills are skills are
Hmm.
okay. Now again put a comma so that you have human resource recruiter, soft skills trainer, content writer, etc. etc. Right? After project coordinator, put a full stop.
Okay.
Okay. Now type in provide a keyword rich, provide a keyword rich LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn profile
Hmm. LinkedIn profile.
So LinkedIn, just you can put it as KED, LinkedIn,
Mhm.
KED,
Okay. Link.
LinkedIn profile optimized for job search. LinkedIn profile
For
optimized
optimized.
for job search.
Hmm.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Now, to begin with, all of you, this prompt is enough to get you a basic LinkedIn profile. Okay, let's run the prompt, Swati. Let's see what we get. Now, take a look at what comes up in the results. And see how ChatGPT was able to give you a profile which is now keyword rich. Let it all run completely and then look at what it has done below. Now, Swati, you can just scroll up slightly so that we can all have a look at the prompt and where it begins. Okay. What is the headline that we have got here, Swati?
Experienced human resource recruiter, soft skills trainer, content writer,
Trainer, training, and project coordinator.
coordinator.
This is a good headline for Swati. Why? Because it has all keywords which Swati wants. Plus, this is what exactly people will be searching for on LinkedIn. Now, let's go one step further. What else do you have? Hello, I'm Swati, a versatile professional adept in human resource recruitment. Now begins the keywords. Swati, read out the keywords which are there.
Okay. Hello, I am Swati Unyal, a versatile professional adept in human resource recruitment,
Correct?
soft skills training,
Hmm.
content creation, and project coordination.
Yes.
With a passion for nurturing talent and enhancing organizational effectiveness, I bring a dynamic blend of expertise to every role I undertake.
Now, before Swati continues to all the other sections of the profile, does everyone agree that this profile now would be slightly better for Swati if she has to come in the, let's say, in the search looks of the recruiters? Is this going to be helpful or not? Does the inclusion of keyword help? Is my first question. You all can do this on your own. I've just showed you how this can be done. If you all are paying attention to this, does this help or not? I want a yes or a no from you. Have you seen this happening? The ones who are online right now? Yes, Vijaya. Okay. Nice. Harsha, Isha, Priyanka. Very nice. The idea behind this is very simple. Okay. There are 2 or 3 sections on LinkedIn which are critical. One is your headline. That is the first part. Second, your about us. Third, your experience section where you're putting your job wise experiences, which you have done previously. Even there, you can include all the keywords. Please make sure that your profile is keyword rich. That is exactly what people are looking for. Next, now as you scroll down, Swati, you will see some sections that ChatGPT has added for you. Human resource recruiter, soft skills trainer, content writer, training and project coordination, right? Now, within all of it, it has given you sentences that people would not just like to read, it also talks a lot about your expertise. And what are the keywords? See, even ChatGPT has given you the keywords below. Now, where do you add these keywords? As I was telling you, headline 1, experience, again you can add keywords. About us, you can add keywords. There is another section at the bottom which says skills. We all have the skills section. It is always advisable to add keywords within the skills section also. Please don't hesitate to add keywords within skills. It is very useful. Okay, let's take a look at that once. Swati, just briefly, can you go to your LinkedIn profile once? I can just quickly show everyone the sections so that everyone knows where to put in the keywords precisely.
So, Omkar, shall I, change my keywords with these keywords?
Please go ahead.
ChatGPT has. Okay.
Please go ahead. You have to make these changes. I have not just done this as an exercise for you. This is actually something you have to do. So change your profile. Okay. You all have, these things that I have just given you. First, change the heading, Swati, then change the about, then change the skills. So 3 sections you can update first, one by one. So once you open your LinkedIn right now, I'll just quickly show which sections you can optimize or everyone can optimize. Yeah. Okay. Now let's take a look at the profile carefully and I'll tell you which areas need optimization. First, the headline. So just below Swati's photo, you have the name and the heading. This is where you can add the heading we just made on the profile. So this is one. Now scroll down, Swati, a little more so we can take a look at the rest of the profile. Keep scrolling. Next, the about section that Swati has put. What Swati is going to do now is remove this completely and replace it with what ChatGPT has given. Okay, that completely changes our about section. Now keep scrolling down again. Now experience section also, Swati, if you feel that, see, this just merely writing this is not enough, you can optimize this further. You can add things that you have done, including certain keywords which will make this profile more interesting for someone to read. Okay, so experience is also where you can add a lot of keywords. So everywhere there is a provision to add keywords on the LinkedIn profile. Scroll further, there is one very important section that I'll show you. Skills. Swati has added about 9 skills right now, but she can add more. So Swati, to effectively tell you, every skill that you have or every keyword that you have is a skill you can put. Simple.
Okay.
Okay. Even if it is 20, please don't hesitate. Every keyword you can use, please go ahead and use it. Because you know what happens on LinkedIn, if some of you know, I'm not sure, but I'll still tell you, there is something known as endorsements on LinkedIn. So people go to a skill, they can endorse you for that skill. That's why you can add more skills and every skill becomes a keyword. Scroll down now, the last part which I think is very important. You also do not have any recommendations, Swati. You have to get recommendations from people. And all of you, all the others who are right now watching this, LinkedIn recommendations are very, very important and critical for all of you. How to get them? It's very easy. Target the colleagues that you have at office, target people you have worked with, ask your friends to give you a recommendation. At least to start with, you can have about 5 to 6 recommendations, if not more. Ideally, you should have 10, but it's very difficult to get 10. See if you can get 5 to start with. But please get recommendations. It is very important to get recommendations. Okay. Now, as you scroll up, Swati, if you paste everything that we just did on ChatGPT, your profile will look very different than what it is looking right now. Okay. So first thing is, because we have taken your profile as an example, you can make all the changes after the session is done today. Please let this profile look very different. It will really help. Second, you will find your profile views going up, which will help you. Third, make sure that you connect with everyone or more and more people. You only have 96 connections. I don't know why so less. Please connect with all. Okay. If you haven't connected with me, please do connect.
I'm connected with you.
You have connected with me, right?
Yes, yes.
So with all the others also you have to connect.
Sure.
Okay. See, tomorrow if I do a post, let's say if I posted something on LinkedIn, I'll say, I did this training for, a batch at Hertech. And thanks, Swati, for coordinating the entire training. Your photo comes up, your name comes up. I have about how many? More than 500 connections, right? It helps. Priyanka, you were saying something? Okay, I thought she said something. Okay. So once you are optimizing your profiles, understand that whatever you do in terms of the optimization helps your profile grow. So even if you're looking for a job tomorrow, or let's say you're not looking for a job, you just want to be an entrepreneur tomorrow, you just want to do business. All of these things will help you in terms of making new and valuable connections. Okay, so this part of optimization has to be learned by everyone. I've shown actually how to do this to all of you, and understand that prompts are very easy. You treat chat gpt as a human first. So let's say you want a very specific target out of LinkedIn. Swati, I'm going to take you as an example. Do you post something on LinkedIn? Have you posted?
Yes, I don't remember like when I posted, but yes, I have posted.
But you have posted.
Yeah, yes.
You can do one thing. Okay,
Okay.
now you have your profile on chat gpt. It's
Yes,
already been given in the prompt.
sure.
Just
Mm.
below that you can type,
Okay.
provide me 15 content ideas
Okay.
that I can post on LinkedIn as LinkedIn posts.
Okay.
Just type that
Okay.
and run the prompt. It will give you 15 ideas.
Okay.
Start making posts on
Okay.
LinkedIn. If you want to start early, for all
Mm.
of you as well, if you just want to start very basic on LinkedIn, start with something someone else has posted, repost it. What is the most interesting topic? Swati will take a very quick example today. You are also a soft skill trainer, no? Right?
Yes.
So let forget about soft skill. We'll take a more understandable example. Content writer. You're also a
Mhm.
content writer. Just type in the search bar on LinkedIn. Just
Mhm.
type content writer. Can you type?
Yes.
Everyone, please watch this as Swati types content writer. Just put enter. Now you'll get some filters on top. Okay.
Mm.
What do you have? Jobs, people, products, companies, posts.
Groups post. Mm.
What I want to have a look at, I want to have a look at posts.
Post.
Please click on that. Let's see who has posted what. See this. Just keep scrolling down now. Forget about the hiring post. I want to see something below that. DHL, for example. Wipro is hiring. Okay, let it go. Let it go. Walk in for Accenture. So because you said content writer, it's throwing out job results to you.
Mhm.
Okay. By the way, this is a good way to search, guys. See how many results it's throwing up for job searches. This is how you do it on LinkedIn. This has happened by just by fluke right now, but this can work as well. Do one thing, Swati. We'll change the search. Type in content writing instead of writer. Let's see if we get something else. Can you? Okay. Let's see what we get first, and then we'll try to refine it. Keep scrolling down. Okay, wait. Now, just try to see how a post can help you. The one which Jishan has posted.
Mhm.
Just see what he has posted. We are seeking creative freelance
Freelancer.
content writers, and there is a post below that as well, right? He
Mm.
has put everything there. Just
Mm.
scroll up slightly and see how many likes the post has.
130.
135 likes. Now let me tell you something. This is an example I'm taking, so don't take it on face value. There
Mhm.
could be a post someone else has done
Mhm.
about content writing, which
Mhm.
has a lot of likes, about
Okay.
80 likes, 100 likes, 120 likes. All you have to do is repost. Just use that repost, which is there below, post
Mhm.
it on your own profile.
Okay.
What you can also do to make it more interesting is
Mhm.
copy this entire post, okay? Put it to chat GPT and say, I am reposting this on my LinkedIn profile. Please
Okay.
provide a good caption. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It will give you a better caption also. So take this whole thing, repost it, write your own thoughts, and just do it. So if you are not regular on LinkedIn, this is a good way to start posting something.
Okay.
Okay. Then you can come up with original posts also, but this is a good way to start. If you keep scrolling, right, you will get lot of good posts that people have done. Forget the recruiting kind of posts. Now if I search for content writing tips, I'll get some more posts, right? So find something which is relevant to your keywords and skills,
Sure.
but be interesting. Being so on social media also means being interesting, so that people can actually look at your profiles, land up on your profiles, and it starts to work for you. Okay, you can
Sure.
stop sharing your screen,
Okay.
Swati, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, the idea of doing this today is, I hope most of you have understood this so far. Use two things effectively. One, LinkedIn profile optimization is something you all have to do. Second, you don't have to do it spending hours together to optimize it. Just go to ChatGPT, do what we just did today. It is super easy to get your profile optimized with keywords, by the way. Just replace everything, make it keyword rich, and it will work like a charm for you. And do it for the posts as well. So if you cannot find posts, just go to LinkedIn, give search for a keyword that we just talked about, see what kind of posts are coming up, and then start using them. Either repost or take it, put it in Chat GPT, ask Chat GPT, I want some more similar content. Can you please help me with the ideas? You'll get a lot of ideas for posting. The idea of doing this today is, a twofold idea. One is, you all have to understand that being social is the only way forward for all of you. If this is not going to happen, then most of this job searching that you do will not be very effective for you. I have to be very frank with you guys. For job searching to be effective, your brand has to be visible. When I say brand, your brand, not a company, personal brand. If I don't know Swati, if I don't know what she does, if she's active on LinkedIn or not, she's not posting anything, she's not doing anything, she doesn't have good connections. What does Swati bring to the table for me? I cannot be in that position. Understand that markets have moved on from the conventional way of job search to the new way of job search, where everyone has to be social. You have to have a personal brand that works. Okay, you all have to remember this. The more you remember this, the more it's going to help you. I know some of it initially seems slightly tough. It can happen, but it is, frankly, it is not tough. It's the most easiest thing you can do. If you spend about half an hour's time on LinkedIn, half an hour again to optimize your profile, the rest of it you can use to make posts, start creating posts, do something on LinkedIn which is going to give you more activity meter for yourself. And it is very, very critical to do that. Has everyone understood what I've just said for so much time that I'm talking? I think Isha is not there on the call anymore, but the rest of you, Swati, we have taken Swati as an example. So thanks, Swati, for doing that today. Rest of you, I hope this has been understood. Can I get a thumbs up if you all have understood this? Thank you, Swati. Harsha, Netra, Priyanka, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Now, the thumbs ups are good, but I want you guys to do this on your profile. Okay. Please go to ChatGPT, make sure that your profiles are optimized by usage of ChatGPT. It is very easy. I just showed you all. Get good profile pictures up. It is very important that you do that. Small little things, but it will help you a lot in your job search also. Understand that we are not doing the conventional things anymore. The more you are active, personally, everyone knows you, the more people will be involved. And we all have to do that. So Swati, I have to, because we have done this today, I'll be hoping to see more posts from you in the future. Please make more connections. You have 96. So 4 more to go, you will touch 100.
Sure, sure. I'll do this.
50 more to go, you will reach 150. And I'll give you simple pointers. Like you go to an event, right? You're with Herky right now. Let's say you attend an event. Take a lot of pictures, okay? Take about 15 pictures. Each picture is a post, right? 15 pictures you have 15 posts. Think of it like that. So post a selfie, give a good caption. It will get a lot of leverage on LinkedIn. Then suddenly you will see a spike. Everything is going up. That spike will help you. So ladies, please use social media effectively. The time has come where you cannot have inhibitions about using social media. If you are not visible, someone else is. Please understand. And that's going to be my last pointer for today. So remember this as my last pointer. If you're not visible, someone else is. And the one who's visible usually gets the cake to eat. Your choice. If you want to be visible, please make an effort. Any questions before we end? This is the last session, by the way. So these sessions are ending as on today. If you have any questions, I'm open to it. Otherwise, we'll close for the day. Okay, I presume that there are no questions. Swati, you're the coordinator today. So if there are no questions, then I think we'll close this session and we'll continue. So, okay, so Vijaya wants the recorded link, so that probably Swati will have to look into that. So I think, guys, if you have come to these sessions, whatever five sessions that we have done, the idea behind this is if there are any improvements that you make, whether it is on your LinkedIn profile, communication, doesn't matter what it is, make sure that you exactly know what to do with it. The sessions are not there just for me to come and talk or for you to come and listen. Something has to happen outside of it. And lastly, any of you who have yet not connected with me on LinkedIn, in Swati's connections, you will find me. So please, first thing is connect with Swati, then connect with me. So two-way this can work for her also. And if you need any pointers or suggestions, please get in touch with me. That's about it. So thank you everyone. Thank you Swati for coordinating today, and thanks all for joining in.